So in life, what we find ourselves is drifting a lot of the time. I know I could tell you that for myself. Sometimes I wake up, I don't know if you could ever feel this way. You wake up, but you feel like your life is going faster than you want it. You feel like you're not on purpose, or you feel like, okay, I'm not quite sure where I'm landing, or whether it be in your job, whether it be in your career, whether it be like just where you're going, period, in life. Are you accomplishing the purpose that you were designed here for? I think these are good questions, and I thought about this really quickly, and I'm going to go over like, how to just realign your path to your purpose. But before I go there, this is just a quick thing. There's about 4,000 weeks that you're going to have in your lifetime. The average person lives to 77, right? So that's 4,000 weeks. I want you to let that sink in for a minute. Only 4,000 weeks in a lifetime. And then I did some research and I says, okay, so if I'm going to spend 4,000 weeks here in my life, right? This might be very short now that whatever your age is. How many of that am I spending on different things like working, sleeping, watching TV, spending time with the family, things like that? And you know what I found? I found that 33% of that 4,000 weeks in your life, you're spending sleeping. 1,333 weeks. That's 33.3%. Working is another 1,333 weeks. That's 3,333, about 33 percentage of your life. And you know what's the third one? These are the biggest time spent sleeping, working. You won't guess the next one. Watching TV. 583 weeks of your life, which is about 14% of your life watching TV. You know what comes in number four? Social leisures. 33, 333 weeks. That's 8.3%. That's spending time with your family, spending time with your friends, spending time with the hobbies. And the rest of it is eating, which is at 6%, household activity at 6%, and personal care is at 4%, and then exercise at 2%, and waiting in lines at 2%. Your entire life. The three main thing that you spend most time in is sleeping, working, and watching TV. All right, how do we get here? And the fourth thing is family time. All right, so three things that happens when we, I believe, are off purpose in our lives. The very first thing, we disengage. When we disengage from your initial drive or your dreams, guess what happens? What happens is you create a different drive to disengage. Let me go over this again. What I'm trying to say is when you disengage in your drive or your dreams, what you want to do, you're automatically activating another drive to disengage. So you're focused, you're always in the drive. Either you're disengaging or you're engaging, but that's still a drive. The second thing that happens when we are now driving to disengage, we are actually disconnecting to distraction. We're disconnecting to distraction. What does that mean? That means you're more attracted to be distracted. That means you either watch too much TV, you overwork, you overdo anything to numb the pain of being not on purpose. So what happens, and what that does, it creates a false reality, which actually leads to depression. When it creates a false reality, what I mean by that is you start creating this false. For some people get into gaming, some people get into just ben watching just a whole bunch of TV. Like I said, 33% of your life is watching TV. I'm like, wow, that's a lot of time. So we do that because we're not on purpose. And once you create that, it becomes addictive because it's a better and comfortable reality. When you have a better and comfortable reality, you get committed to that. And that's where addiction is born. It could just be not just TV, it could be, like I said, overworking, overeating, over anything that you do to numb the pain. Third thing that happened also, with the result of disengaging and disconnecting, you drift to a different direction. You drift on a different direction. So what happens when you're drifting on a different direction? You literally are creating a life of aimlessness, purposelessness, and then a life that has no direction and no destination. When you create that life, absolutely depression sets in. Okay, now that I've depressed you from all those points, let me give you something that we can do in order for us to fight this drift. I want you to think about it too. Another thing, distraction are by design. What do I mean by that? That means if I'm an advertiser and I know that most of your life, 33% of your life is going to be watching TV, guess what I'm going to be doing? Make sure that I engage you in there, right? So it's not like you're fighting your internal distraction, like you want to numb the pain, but you also are surrounded by design, by specific distraction to put something, to put your attention into something somewhere else. And that, my friend, pays a lot of money for some many major companies out there. So just understand that. I don't want you to beat yourself up, but there is that. Okay. Three things that we can do that could help us. A very small thing. Number one, we get to reflect on the reason why we're disconnecting or we're disengaging. Why are you doing it? Why are you disconnecting? We don't take there's sometimes there's a season of life that we're going through. Sometimes it's a grief. Sometimes it's just we're going in the wrong direction and your heart is disconnecting from moving forward. So realign, I mean, reflect on that. Reflect on what is it? What is the why am I actually going for this? And why am I not doing it? Because you'd be amazed by the story that you give yourself, right? The story of procrastination is an amazing story. I know that. Like I always think that it's going to be harder than what it is before I get there. Okay. But understand the drive. What was your initial drive? Why did you even start doing this thing? And then why you're not doing it? There's a reason why and that you're doing something, and there's a reason why you're not doing it. Reflect on that. The second thing you want to do is you want to reconnect to your actual initial drive. The For me, this is what I found. I could reconnect to my drive, but I have to take people on that drive with me. What I mean by that, you also have to connect with an accountability partner or an accountability group of people, right? To help you stay on that drive because sometimes the passion fades away. You need accountability. I know for me, what helps me to actually launch a big project is to be accountable to it. Because left on my own, I will dismiss it. I will hide it. I'll deny whatever is going on. So you need someone else to push you forward towards your destination. And lastly, you need to realign your course to the right direction in your life. You need to redirect your course, realign your course. And what that is course direction. You need to constantly have course correction, actual course correction as you walk your path. Course correct. You constantly have to shift your course as you moving, because a lot of times we're moving forward, we're not shifting, and we're going to a different direction. Like I said, life changes. Your purpose might change. Things might change. That's why you need to constantly be reviewing that. That's what I wanted to share with you. Thank you so much for watching this. And please do comment. I do watch all the comments. You have a good one.